For 3 days this April, 8 families stepped away from the noise of daily life and into God's creation. No schedules to rush through, no screens to hide behind. Just a working farm, their children, and one question: what does it mean to grow, truly grow, as God's family?
They are one with the nature. When they were created, they were really part of the nature already. So it is their original place where they started with their original identity. So going back to the nature, it brings us back to the original place of our ancestors, Adam and Eve.
After the welcome ceremony, families were taken on a tour of Sehaliah's gardens. Its vegetables, its fruit trees, its soil. The lesson came from the farm itself. Then each family was sent out with a single instruction: walk together and find the pieces of your tree. What they built together with their hands, from what they found in God's creation, was a living portrait of who they are as a family. And when every tree was displayed together, the sight said something words could not. No two families are the same. That evening, around the first campfire, families sang together, shared one word about who they are.
When I came here, I was expecting me to be alone, traveling with you guys. But then when I walked through outside the airport doors, I saw a big, nice surprise. That was my mother.
And then, in the middle of it all, every parent turned to look their child in the eyes and said it out loud: "You are a son or daughter of God." Day 2 began after sunrise. Families participate in the morning, singing, reading, listening, huddled in reflection and prayer. And just before the quest, every parent gathered for 10 quiet minutes to set their intention, to be present, to lead, to pay attention. After the parents' huddle, families set out across Sehaliah Farm with cloth bags in hand, not for a game, but for a journey. The family treasure quest, the heart of the camp, led them through 4 stations across the farm, each offering a challenge, a moment of reflection, and a small but deeply meaningful treasure. Station 1, Roots. Families planted a seedling in the earth. Every person touched the soil first. Every person poured water. The seedling they planted will keep growing at Sehaliah long after they have gone home. And the question the facilitator left them with: if we pulled up the roots of your family right now, what would we find? At Station 2, Light. Every family built a fire from natural materials, but no matches until every person, including the youngest, had added something to the bowl, and the match was given to a child to strike. What happens in a family when a child succeeds at something the whole group prepared for? Watch a parent's face, you will see. At Station 3, Stone. Families carried a heavy stone up the next marker, every hand on it at the same time. If anyone lost contact, they started again. When they arrived, they chose one smooth stone from a collection, one word, chosen together, and inscribed it. That word is the foundation of their family. It goes home and sits somewhere they will see it every day. At Station 4, Fruit. Each family member carried a piece of fresh farm fruit with both hands open, slowly, carefully. Then 5 minutes of silence. Every person wrote a blessing card to each other. Parents to children, children to parents. The cards were not read aloud. They were kept for harder days at home. When the 4 treasures came together, the full picture was revealed. Roots, light, stone, fruit. God's design for the family, discovered not from a lecture, but from a walk across a farm. Then, Every family lit their candle. What 10 families produced together in that open space was something quietly extraordinary. The day had been full. Soil under their fingernails, stones carried, fires lit, fruit held with open hands. Now, in the stillness of the second night, they gathered again around the fire. The question wasn't about what happened on the quest. It was about what the quest revealed. When the world looks at your family, what do they see? How big is God's dream? How much does He love each one of us? That night, under the stars, families embraced, prayed, and spoke a blessing.
It helped me appreciate more the little things that are in my life. And in the bigger picture, I really want to express how grateful I am to be in this family.
At your table, I'll sleep in your clover.
All I need is love, and the days be brighter than.
With you, I wish that we have seen the
Sound of creation and the only explanation.
The final morning began with prayer. Each family in a quiet spot of their choosing, parents leading. Then, the harvest, hands back in the garden, this time to take something home. And then the most important writing of the camp, families gathered privately to put into words what they were committing to, not just what they had learned, but what they were promising to God and to each other. The family pledge, written together, in their own words, for the life they are going home to.
As a family centered on God, we pledge to put Him in everything that we do. We also pledge to love one another, our brothers and sisters, centering on God.
We pledge to be a family of peace builders who always think what would be the best for others and not only for ourselves.
One thing we will do differently at home is to inherit the traditions and cultures to become closer to God and to thank Him for the blessings He granted us in every day of our lives.
Overcome any difficulties together and to be thankful for everything, mostly for the gift of life and for a wonderful family.
To live for the sake of others, for our family, society, nation, and the world. Adieu.
At the closing ceremony, every family stood before the group, their family blessing card in hand, and read their pledge aloud. It was not a performance. It was a promise. And when the gates of Sehaliah opened for the last time, they rode out carrying everything they had grown.
In these 3 days, the most important thing that we try to discover is our root. Am I right? And our root is actually God, through parents, through family, and then our own parents and grandparents. Very important activity. Even in my own family, we could break through a lot. Children can open up, can pinpoint what limitation of the parents. We had crying sessions, we have laughing sessions, and heart sessions.
A seed does not grow overnight, neither does a family. But when it is planted in the right soil, tended every day, rooted in something that does not move, it grows. And eventually, it bears fruit that blesses far more than itself.